Hello guys, welcome back. Sorry for the fucking public meltdown. I made a perfect response video to everything that's been going on in 2020 and somebody's manipulative behavior in the past and today. Apparently I'm not allowed to say that shit on this channel because it felt like the gods were stopping me and I'm like, okay. I'm sorry about that, but you can only have your buttons pushed so long before you give up. But I'm okay. I stomped around the island for an hour raving like a fucking lunatic. And then I realized it's nothing Loki's done, it's nothing Odin's done. Odin's just greedy for attention, which isn't great, but it's his divine nature. And Loki's to the point where he kind of likes being able to get attention when it's convenient to him and then go somewhere because he knows Odin will be here. And you always got those people that anytime stuff starts turning around for you, gotta be causing the drama. And it wasn't well received because I'm doing stuff now, trying to take steps to counteract the dizziness, which is like coming and going. And I put on a humidifier last night because I thought, well, maybe that'll help. Usually within a couple days of doing that it helps, but last night was just the first night. So I got a couple more days of this utter joy. If it lasts for 2 weeks, I'll call a doctor. I promise. But while I'm going through this and I'm going through just feeling like yucca when I wake up, that's the last moment you need someone causing drama, but that's always the moment people cause drama, because you get frenemies in your life, and it's a known thing. And the Lokean community is incredibly toxic. I've discussed it before. We're not going to go in 20 minutes about it, but one second, guys, these damn allergies. Sorry, it's been like having a cold for weeks. Anyhow, it's not COVID, I'm okay. Well, we'll know. No, my gallows humor, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Anyhow, some people are just like that. They're mean and they're manipulative, and they'll be a friend of me. They'll be really nice to you until it's something they don't approve of or it's something they feel is a threat to them, and then, their claws pop out. And this wasn't a one-time event. I swear I am not that fucking touchy. 2020 has been a shit year for us all, but I swear I'm not that fucking touchy. People that get kicked off usually have been pulling stuff for like over a year. And they clean up their act because I don't just throw people out on the first offense. I'm not that fucking touchy unless they're a real ass clown. And you really have to push my buttons repeatedly and hit me when I'm done repeatedly. And then I'm like, you know what? You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing is manipulative and sneaky. And you're doing it so you can be last Lokean standing. Fine. Do it, but don't do it here. So, it's been an incredibly stressful year for me. I don't know why, because it's such a tiny channel. But I'm just at that weird fucking, point where people just start coming onto your channel because they got no better shit to do. And they repeatedly come on using all these different names, and you're dealing with that. You're dealing with people trying to sell you spammy shit that's will get your channel shut down. And this is the year of, women deciding that they're going to sell their services on YouTube, which I don't think is legal. So I've got that to try to shut down the moment I see it, and excuse me. And it's been a whole clusterfuck of a year for me, and I haven't, I'm gonna have meltdowns, and I'm gonna have times where it just seems like there's absolutely no hope. But Loki with me will just stand back and let me have the fucking meltdown, because he'll say that's the only thing that's going to, get you through it. Sometimes I have to throw fucking fox spit and fall on the ground and foam at the mouth and snarl and say it's all over and I hate everybody and everybody can go die in a fire, which is my favorite phrase. And I do it sometimes, and he just lets me have the meltdown. And sometimes he's throwing the fucking fit and he's having the meltdown. I just let him have the meltdown. It sounds really fucking uncaring, but we both know sometimes you have to let the fire just rage and burn all the fucking shit, and then they're okay. After he's raged, he's okay. He pops up, he's super happy. He's like, "Can we get chicken?" And I'm the same way. After I've raged and I've screamed at everybody and everything, and I've fucking burnt down the channel by posting a meltdown video, I'm fine. I'm fine. And I'm like, "I love you" to all the gods, and they're like, "You're scary." But it's how we deal with stuff. It's not a perfect relationship, but we make it work. I was feeling so fucking low after that comment, guys. I am fucking looking up divorce articles, and I'm like, this is because we don't have the equivalent in paganism of what to do when it's not working with your God, because everything's going to default to Christianity. And fuck Reddit. So, back here. And, we all have problems, and we all have people in our lives, especially in 2020, that, they're there, and they can even be a cheerleader that as long as it's something that doesn't threaten their relationship, or as long as it isn't a relationship they don't approve of, they're there for you. But the moment you start talking about someone they don't like, they get real quiet. The moment you're not all invested in their problems, they're in a pissy mood. And the moment something's starting to go well for you in a relationship that for whatever reason they don't think you should be having and they don't think you deserve, then the calls pop out. And this person's been saying repeatedly lately, I already knew that, I already learned this, I know this, don't it? Because I know as a teacher that fucking drives you nuts. That one little shit in your class that already knows everything. I don't know how many times as a tutor I told kids, I'm glad you know everything. Would you like to teach a class? And the little smartass sometimes will stand up, and the teacher will sit there and be like, I got you, bitch. Because they think they know and they don't. And it doesn't take long until they fall on their face and you just sit there watching them like, this is what really makes the job worth it, watching this shit happen. And all the other kids are laughing at them and disrespecting them because they know it's a fucking punishment. They're like, oh, we're gonna roast your ass. And so the kids start throwing out all these questions, and they usually do this. They will not take the other child's side because they don't like it either, because this shit's making them all look dumb and being a sassy smartass to you. And you're like, you know what? We're having a witch burning. So I got yours and applause. It's why you parents found out your kids are shits, didn't you? You found out when you had to teach them yourself, they are fucking shits and they got a mouth on them, don't they? Why the fuck you think teachers drink? That is why teachers become alcoholics. Your fucking kids are a nightmare, man. You're welcome to them. We don't ever want to see them again. I was so fucking happy when COVID broke out and I wasn't called back to service. I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. And Lucky's like, hey, what about me? I'm like, thank you, anyone. I wasn't going back to work for free. It was a shit tutoring company. In the end, they told us we could work for free. And I'm like, fuck you, no. So, yeah. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, we'll be fine. I fucking realized, you have people in your life drive you fucking insane. And I realized what I meant by drama. This person was doing exactly what, abusive family members used to do. Abusive dickheads aren't abusive dickheads all the time. They can be really fucking nice for days, weeks, even months. And then, they have an episode. And, it's not them having an episode. It's not a mental health issue. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But, even it is a mental health issue, and I have mental health issues, like anxiety and depression. So much fun. It's not an excuse. You can apologize. You can actively take steps towards doing it. But some people, they lean on that mental health and they use it as a crutch. They use it for sympathy, and they never power through it. And then they use it as an excuse to act like a shit. And it's not. It's like any other disability, like a physical one. It's not your excuse to be shitty to other people. And that wasn't what was going on here, but is what went on in my family. People would play the poor me victim role, and then they'd be lashing out at everybody else. Fuck you and your noise. So, this channel, that's why. But we're doing fine. I woke up feeling like shit, but I'm going to feel like shit probably from now until like January, February. It's just how my body is built. I lost the genetic lottery is what I did. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. I did not say all the stuff I wanted to say, but apparently I had the weirdest experience of feeling like a god pet in my head, like no, no, no. So I will see you guys later. Bye bye.